Hi, I'm Jordan Long, and today I'm going to talk about this one thing that happened, or used or once happened, but does not happen anymore. So, a long time ago, when I would first work with the Google Web Shooter, and this would go on and off every time I worked with it, except now. It used to have this hang up where you used to cut out your films. You'd be making a long film, and I don't care how long it is, and it would cut out on you. Now, this would go on for well, keep in mind this tool has only been a web shooter for maybe only a year and a half, only 2 years so far. For most of its life, at least as long as it's for most of its life, it's only been it only could shoot your likeness or take your likeness up until 2000 and 2018 YL, of course. Since then, it's been a web shooter. But for most of its life, it has had a lot of hangups. Well, not for me anymore. Well, it used to. Now, I know for some folks are going to say some folks, their hangups are unlike others. With some, it would be, well, you couldn't hit stop, and others, it would cut out on your film. And if you're lucky like me, it does not do neither, doesn't do any of those things. Now, a lot of folks are going to wonder, why did it do it? I don't know. I don't know why it ever did it. I don't know why it would do that, but it hasn't done it. And how long have I been working with it? I'm going to say since October, maybe since September, but I'm going to probably say since October, and that's at least about been 3 months, and it's December now. So if the hang up was going to happen, it would have happened by now. So that's why I'd always get frightened about making short films, since I always believed if you made these small or little films that weren't that long, it would handicap you. Almost like it was like it had selfhood, and it had a soul, and it had moods, and it had, thoughts and memories, like it was a living being, but it wasn't. But that's how it'd be like. It was almost if that's what it was, like it was going to get irked at you, and then get mad at you, and then say, okay, so you want to make little films, well, I'm going to make sure all those films are little films, even if you didn't want to make it that way. It would be like this. You know what? You're going to start making short films? Well, guess what? Now I'm going to start cutting out all your films. I'm going to start making all your films small or little now, or short. I'll make all your films little. I'm going to cut out all your films. And what you thought would be a long film, I'm going to make it a small film. Maybe you'll learn to stop making little films. Or stuff. Well, the truth is, it's not like that at all. It hasn't done it in 3 months. It would have done it back in October when we had to leave in the morning. So my god sister Gabrielle had to get her blood work on. Yeah, it would have done that stunt there, because that was a really short film. Or it would have done it any times I've showed you the books I got from the book house. It would have done that there too, and it has not. So, but it is what it is. Now, there's always going to be someone out there. There's always going to be someone out there who, is going to run through every hang up and whatever hill they think it is for it. They're going to say, well, maybe it was bad updates. Maybe all the updates you got for it were bad. Well, if that was true, then it must have been bad updates for a year and a half. Because it was doing that from 2018 WoW to 2019 WoW. So those must have been a year and a half of bad updates, I guess. Or maybe it was never meant to make long films. Which was shit, And it does make long films. Some of the longest films we actually make are in the TWF. you know, but that would always be its hang up, you know, that it would always cut out on your films, you know. Well, it is what it is, you know. And I could go on longer if I wanted to, but I always have my limits of how long I want to make films for, you know. But at least I know if I make that film, at least you know that film is going to be a long one. Well, what about your Tylenol gathering? Mike, I don't do that anymore. What do you mean you don't do it anymore? What do you mean you don't have a Tylenol gathering anymore, Jordan? You have to do that. My godmother Zena said I shouldn't do that. And her husband Cameron told me I can't do that. So I can't have this Tylenol gathering anymore or something. I can't do that stuff anymore. Yeah, in case you're wondering, it's like I used to have these ibuprofen, gatherings. But now I jump to Tylenol now that technically doesn't even work, you know. And the other stuff does not work. I mean, is this what you get? Jordan says. Why say that? Anyway, yeah, I used to have Tylenol gatherings or whatever. I cannot do that anymore. You know? So it is what it is. I can't do that anymore. But it is what it is, you know? And I know there's going to be someone saying, why would one of your friends, why would he pull that out for? Because that's what I used to do. You know? But anyway, that's it for me. Just want to tell everybody what the old hang-up used to be. And there are going to be some who are using the Google one that either have it where it won't stop filming anyone's films. That hang-up might be even worse than the other hang-up, where it wouldn't stop filming your films. So, that's all for me. I'm Jordan Long, and I'll see you later.